G'day and welcome back to the new hobby room. Well, I'm back. You've probably never been here before. This is a new room. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, it's we haven't quite set it up yet. No, Basker's still got to screw together a few bits of furniture and everything. But I do have a spray booth set up, which I managed to use the other week to get some paint on the Warspite. And my paints are finally out, and we finally found the connectors which attach the legs to the tables, because I couldn't really set the tables up. I was short all the little connectors things. I don't know, your IKEA tables, you screw in a little widget and yeah, and it all goes together. So yeah, we were table dysfunctional. We were. But that's solved. Tables are up. That's happening. Even found my cordless airbrushes. They were stuffed in with some Messerschmitts. Yes, there was a Messerschmitt there, and that's where they were. Goodness me, it's unpacking, I tell you. The one thing you need is the bottom of some box that you've overlooked because, it had socks in. So you went, no, that box has just got socks. But somehow, at the last minute, Bass the cat, who's helping out, she's throwing something vital in, like my modelling glasses. If you've been following it all on Facebook, and I know the patrons and everything have been following that. Yeah, my modelling glasses were missing for 4 weeks. I ended up going out and buying just some reading glasses to try and get started. And of course, within 2 days of buying the reading glasses, my modelling glasses turned up in the bottom of the box with all my paints. And of course, I hadn't got my paints out until I found the widget adapters to do the tables. Yep. Joys of moving. So yeah, the videos have been a bit thinner because there's been moving, right? I packed up the old house, moved here, and we're trying to unpack into the new house and, of course, figure out what goes where and what room to use what, who's up who, and who's got the rent. Yeah, exactly. That sort of stuff. There's a lot going on. Anyhow, you came here because this is one of my videos called Workbench and New Kits. Yeah. Yep. It's where I tug out models to show you the things that I have purloined, and also pull out things that I'm building on, and basically fondle the sort of stuff that interests me. Basically something that gives me the jollies. Alrighty, well, that's got rid of half the viewers. The rest of you, there's more after this. Roll the music. Okay, part one is, of course, Workbench and what's on the Workbench. Well, kind of got this pile of kits here on the Workbench, but that's really for part two. That's new kits. But anyhow, look, what's on the Workbench? Well, obviously, the Airfix Warspite, right? And if you've been watching, there's been a few updates for that. It's basically all I've been working on since my father passed away, if you didn't know. Dad passed away. He actually walked on the Warspite when it was in for refit in Durban in World War II. So he knew the ship, and it was the first ship model that he ever bought for me. Up to then I was sort of building little Airfix, aeroplanes and things, and painting up soldiers. And then Dad bought me the Warspite one Christmas, and it was the first battleship that I ever built, and thoroughly enjoyed it. And it started me off building battleships and my love for battleships. So the Warspite will continue. There's progress pics, right? And there's been a number of videos. There will be more. I'll probably try and get another one out in the following week. I didn't get much done this week. I really wasn't feeling very well, no. So everything's sort of caught up with me, as it does when you're moving. You go, adrenaline, you're doing everything, and then suddenly you relax, boom. Then you get a big sniffy nose or something, or your gout plays up or whatever, or, basically all your VD comes at once. TB. I don't know. It's 2 letters, AB, CD. I don't know, IQ, whatever. All that happens is you fall in a bloody heap. If you've ever done it, if you've ever moved, it's all go. It's like anything, right? And then you relax. The moment you relax, you get crook. The other things on my Workbench, well, for that, I'm going to have to actually check the iPad and have a look, because it has literally been so long since we've sort of done these sort of videos, and that I've so much has happened. I said my whole brain is just full of moving. I've forgotten what I'm doing. Now, obviously, the Warspite, we're doing that. Now, those Greek warships, don't hold your breath on those. They're going to be a next year thing. I did those as a kit review here because I needed to do something, try and get some videos up. And they were on the top of a box that I managed to find. So I thought, wouldn't it be fun to do a review of these Greek warships? So I did that. They will get built, but probably not till next year. No. So if you're going, I subscribe because you're going to make those Greek warships. Well, tough titties. It'll be, mate, I've got so much on the ball, so much on the ball. The Tamiya kit, right? Okay. Now, no bad jokes about Tamiya. Nobody cracking those bloody shake and bake jokes today, please. We're having no more of that. Bit more decorum, bit more respect, okay? Yes, look, I don't really have a problem with Tamiya, and I don't essentially have a problem with Tamiya kits. It's the Tamiya fanboys that sort of piss me off, really. And in that, it sort of soils the whole thing. It's like one guy, the last video that I did for the review of the Honda, and I'm liking the Honda. I'm liking that Honda Formula 1 car, and I want to build it, and it'll sort of go into my schedule. I hope to start it later this year. That'll be on the workbench, all right? But one guy went on paragraph after paragraph after paragraph, explaining to me why Tamiya kits are great. Dickhead, I know, and I also know some of those reasons are reasons I don't like them. So stop doing it, guys. You do not need to try and convince me. You cannot convert me, okay? I love Airfix. I enjoy building old kits, all right? I'm going to try and enjoy this Tamiya race car because it looks great. So don't ruin it for me, you assholes. Jeez, bloody Tamiya fanboys, I tell you. Bunch of bloody drongos. Anyhow, all right, looking through what videos I've made recently, so anyway I can figure out what should be on my workbench coming up. There will be a video out for the St Louis. Yeah, I've got some work to do on that. I've found it. I've got the box. I've got the kits out in the living room. So all set up to do a build video on that. What I'm probably going to do, right, is I'll do the Warspite 1 week. Then I'll do something else. Then I'll come back to the Warspite and then something else and do that sort of thing. Because I really want to get that Warspite as a priority and get it finished because that's my tribute build for my late father, right? So that's going to get done out the way. But in between that, I'll do little updates on everything else just to break it up so that you guys get a bit more variety. And it also helps me. I like a bit of variety as well, you know. I like to do it differently every night, yeah. Just ask Bass the cat. Okay, so there's that, and there was, well, there's the Amerigo's Vespucci. Yeah, I'll try and do a little update on that, because actually I did a bit of work on it, but you haven't seen that yet. So I'll try and get the Amerigo Vespucci out. That'll be quite good. Looking through. Oh, gee, that's all it's been like. Oh, the Panther tank, yes. How many years has it been now? 6? 7? Well, I started putting the spots on it, right? Yeah, Panthers can have spots. Right? Leopard spots on a Panther. It's perfectly okay. Real Panthers actually do have spots. They're usually the same colour as their fur. Yeah, look it up. Do some research. So I'll try and get the final video out on the Panther, right? Not that I'm doing much armour anymore. Notice, it's all ships. Yeah, that's it. It's all ship shape. Yep, that's it. A lot of ship going on my channel, I can tell you. Oops. So that's got to get done. So the Seydlitz. I know a number of you asked about the Seydlitz, and it's on my list, right? It's a thing I must do. I will squeeze it in one of these week on, week off with a Warspite, all right? I'll do another update on Seydlitz because we're going to get the hull painted and a few other things and do the bootstrap, that sort of stuff, which is what I'll be doing actually in my next video for the Warspite, is I'll be putting the bootstrap on and basically getting the red on the hull and then starting on the camo. So that Warspite's going to go from, fiddling and faffing around and Harry, doing all kind of tiny little things to bang! It'll start to look really pretty with its camo scheme. So there's that and that and that. I'll have a little bit further look on here. Yes, we'll see what else. Oh, the Deutschland, right? The Deutschland, the Holstein, right? Yeah, that conversion, that's something maybe about a few months before Christmas sometime. I will try and get an update out on that. All right, we'll do a bit more work on that one and get it going. So I've just got too many ships on the board. Too many ships. Far too many ships on the board. And I mean, there's the Esmeralda. I promised to build that. That's going to have to wait. Sorry, mate. It's probably going to be January before I get to that. There's just too much happening in my life. Too much going on. So that's sort of about it for the workbench, except for one thing. I said I would build this on my birthday. And that is in the beginning of October. So I know I said I'd also build that Meng Rolls Royce, but things happen, okay? Things happen. So assuming there aren't any other major calamities in my family, my life, my career, whatever, who knows why things are going. But assuming that basically we can get on with things, I will get a start on this. There will be a video out in the beginning of October, which is not that far away, on the Stingray. We'll start having a look at it. We'll get some of the basic assemblies together and we'll start planning the painting. So that'll be a slow project. It'll probably take me 6 months, maybe a year, because I'll just do probably a video a month on that one, and I'll just do a little update now and then. So it will happen. but it's not going to happen straight away. Well, it's going to happen in October, but don't expect it to be finished straight away. I mean, these things take time. They're underwater. It's bloody hard building it underwater. First I've got to get a fish tank, and then I've got to get some bloody big gloves. I've got to build the whole thing underwater. Oops. All right, enough silliness. Let's get on to part 2, which is basically new kits. Well, welcome back to part 2. I hope you had time to go and have a whiz or something. Basically go and relieve yourself in some way, shape or form. Yes, and you're all relaxed and you're ready for part 2, which won't be that long because this is the new kits part. There hasn't been a lot of new kits. Look, I don't need new kits, and people keep sending things to me. Honestly, I love it. It's great. It's terrific that you send kits to me to build, but don't expect that they're going to get built this century. Well, at least not this decade. Anyhow, without further ado, there is, of course, the Tamiya kit, right? Yes, the talked about it before, the Formula 1 Honda racing car. Love it. It's a really nice kit. And the thing is, it's an old Tamiya kit. It's from that sort of golden period that I love from Airfix, which is like the 70s, right? So it's a 70s Tamiya kit. So in some ways, it's got that nostalgia for me. It's not one of the modern sort of shake and bake Tamiya kits. This is a kit that will require some fettling and some fiddling, because so many people said to me, oh, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be a hard kit to put together. Yeah. That's what I like. That's what I enjoy. I enjoy getting in and making it work, So I enjoy that. I don't like a kit that just goes and then there's nothing left to do except paint it. Yes. Although I've got this lovely big painting set up now. Should have a lot of time doing that. But anyhow, yeah, if you watch my channel, you know my views on that. I like kits that I can get involved with. So that Honda Formula 1 car, that's a new kit. Go and watch the video. There'll be a thing here somewhere, right? Probably up there. And that will basically be a link. You can go and have a look at my review for that. I try to be as honest as possible. And I loved it, okay? It's a Tamiya kit, and I loved it. So don't write in the comments, oh, Tamiya kits are great, and this is the reason why. You'll get instantly deleted, mate. It's just, I'm over it. I'm over it. Now, what I did manage to buy with my Mune, and this cost a whole, I think it was 1.5 shekels. It wasn't much. But it was the PX. The PX is... No, it wasn't PX. Oh, I tell a lie. It was the great big QMHE model show in Brisbane. Okay, so I'd moved here. No sooner I'd moved here, and Chris says, oh, there's a big bloody thing on in Brisbane. I've got to go. I've got 50 entries to put in. Well, 20. Yeah, 20 entries to put in, for competition. He said, I need someone to help me carry them in. And, okay. I've already booked the hotel. You can come and stay for free and everything. And I'll shout your curry dinner. Never got the curry dinner. No, never got the curry dinner. We had a big sushi lunch. It was so bloody full. When it came to dinner time, we were bloody exhausted. We both fell asleep. Yeah. He'd been up all bloody week building his models, and I'd been moving house, so no bloody curry happened. Yeah, you still owe me a curry, Chris. Bastard. Anyhow, there was really not much there. I actually looked for a Tamiya motorcycle to buy because, I've been looking, thought, I'll find a Tamiya kit that I'll enjoy. And people have recommended to me the Formula 1 cars and motorcycles. So I looked for a motorcycle, but there really wasn't anything. There was nothing in my price range that I could find. I certainly wasn't going to shell out 20 shekels for a motorcycle to see if I liked it. No, that wasn't going to happen. But anyhow, this was 1.5 shekels, and it is terrific. I'd never heard of this brand before, but actually, it's basic. It's pretty basic, but that leaves it open for me adding things. I like to add things. Basically my whole raisin dentra, right? My dented raisins is to find a kit that needs something done to it so that I can add stuff to it and make it my own. So this one, very good. I might do a review. If you're interested, if you like it, I could do I've got my water bottle over. My feet are going to be a little bit wet here, so you know what happens when your feet get wet. Sometimes you want to... oh, no, I've wet myself. I've soiled myself. Now we'll just keep going. We'll keep going. Speaking of soiled myself, this hobby room, right, one of the reasons I haven't fully unpacked in here is the carpet stinks of dog piss. I tell you. Kid you not. Stinks of dog piss. And the carpet is being ripped out. New carpet's ordered. It's coming, but won't be here for a couple of weeks. So that's why I've only sort of got a little temporary setup here. I mean, it looks kind of involved, but I can strike this and put it in the garage in about half an hour. So then the carpenters can come in and remove the piss and put me in some nice shiny new carpet that I can spill paint all over. Yes, won't that be good? Yes. Now, Speaking of kits that people sent me, a lovely guy contacted me and he said, mate, Harry, I know you like ships and I've got this old Airfix ship you might like. I'm never going to build it. Would you like it? And I said, all right, if you're giving it away, okay. Yeah, terrific. So this is the Discovery, right? It's not a space shuttle. No, it's not. It's not a space shuttle. I've never built a space shuttle. Actually, I have built a space shuttle. Tell a lie. I built it was like a egg one and I did it. And everybody couldn't understand it. Anyhow, this is Discovery. Now, unfortunately, the box has seen better days. I think a possum had been pissing on it. There's a lot of piss in this part 2, isn't it? Part 2 is full of piss. Yeah, this is what happened. Part 1 is just about me tugging, and part 2 is about me pissing. That's the kind of standard of my videos. If you've never been here before, it doesn't get any better. No, I'm sorry. That's it. Yeah. When I was moving house, I sort of had a bit of a cash flow problem. Oh, bloody hell. So I sold a few kits. Some of them were kits I was going to sell anyway. But I sold my Queen Elizabeth II battleship, which I'd also bought like everything for it. Bought the complete Pontos upgrade kit for it, everything. But a guy bought it off me and I didn't lose too much off it. And he really wanted it and he's going to enjoy that. It's got down in Melbourne, you know. So that's good. It went to a good home. That's what I'm trying to say. And I don't mind that. I like to see my models go somewhere where people are actually going to build them. Not just stick them in their stash and they sit there for 100 years like some bloody conjurer we talk about. Yes, I've got too many kits. I'm going to be selling some more. You want some wing-nut wings? Anyhow, so not had a week gone by. Money came in. My cash flow problem was over. I had moved and up came on, I don't know what it was. It was Facebook, wasn't it? David Eves got it for me. It was in Perth, Western Australia, right? Perth, Western Australia, and not far from where my friend David Eves, great modelling channel. I'll try and put a link to his channel there somewhere. He does some fantastic models. Mainly his stuff's all on Facebook so that you can look at it. It's really creative guy. Anyhow, so I got it at a really good price. So in the end, this one, which is a much cheaper kit than the Trumpeter Queen Elizabeth, admittedly, it's good in some places. It's kind of soft in others, but with a bit of an upgrade kit, I actually only spend what I sold my Queen Elizabeth II, all right? And basically net cost 0, and I've got another Warspite, okay? This is a Warspite. It's a big one, so I'll really look forward to doing that one day when I get round to it. I know there's a big list, but hopefully if I can stop all this moving and I won't have to work for a living soon, I can just basically I'll be a pensioner. Yeah, I'll just be a little old lady pensioner sitting there with 16 cats, pissing all over the place. Told you there was a lot of pissing in this part. Anyhow, so that is a great kit. It's really nice. Yeah. It has its limitations, I know, but that doesn't worry me. None of that sort of stuff worries me. The hull's good, the shape's right, the potential is there with a little bit of add-ons, a little bit of fettling to make a really beautiful Warspite. And again, I've seen that done. A lot of people have done absolute treats of that kit. So there you go. Now, I don't know if I showed it, but quite some time ago, I did get a giant 36-inch Thermopylae, right? It's basically like a Cuddy Sark, but it's not. It's the Thermopylae, okay? Right. Big sailing ship, big ass clipper ship. Like at the time, it was one of the fastest ships in the world. Actually, it was the fastest sort of ship in the world. It had the record for carrying tea leaves all the way from bloody wherever, China, or all the way back to Blighty, something like that. It screamed along, Yep. It had nitros. Right. I don't know, did they have nitros back then? Probably not. Probably didn't use it in sailing ships because they were powered by wind. Anyhow, it was too big. It was huge. And one guy, straight away when I bought it, I went, wow, it's a bit bigger than I thought. I don't know what I'm going to do, what I do with this. And a guy contacted me straight away and said, that is a kit that I love. I've always wanted that kit. You wouldn't think of selling it. So I spoke to him privately and I sold it to him basically for what I bought it for. So again, I wasn't out of pocket. He really wanted that big kit. And I've been looking out for the 24-inch, right? 36-inch, 24-inch. I can just handle 24-inch. Remember the sort of my 2-foot rule? You know my 2-foot rule? Yeah. My spray booth only takes 600 mil, which is 2 foot, right? So it's got to be a 2-foot sort of thing. Thermopylae. So it's Revell again. It's basically Revell made one of these and then kind of just shrunk the plans and spat out a couple others, because there's the bigger one, this the 36 inches, the 24 inch, there's a 12 inch, and there's even a little tiny little fit in the bathtub one. Yeah, they got everything. They cover all their bases. So there you go. She is a ripper of a ship. Really is. A ripper clipper. So I could do a review of that if anyone's interested. It's not much, the kit is not much different to Revell's cutting suck, which is the main complaint. Everyone goes, bloody Revell. All they did was, whack a different box on it and change the flags or whatever, and they called it a different kit. I think it is a little bit different. I'd like to do some research and find out what the difference is. And I'd also like to do this when it was working out of Australia. The Thermopylae actually ran from Australia and up into Indonesia and did a whole run there for many years. So if I could find the fit out. If I could find how it was set up, right, how many sails it had, what deck fittings it had, and everything, the fit out during that period, that'd be great. If anybody knows that, let me know. That'd be really interesting, because it's a long-term project. It's not going to happen next week. But it would be great to know, basically, how did that look when it was here in Australia, moving tea leaves back and forth from Indonesia. Anyhow, look, that's all the new kits and everything that I've got planned for my workbench. So I hope that gets you up to date, and with a bit of luck that now I'm settling into the new place and I'm getting things sort of sorted, I should be able to get some more regular videos out. I hope so. I hope so. So that's the plan. All right. Well, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. Helps the algorithm. Comment. Just be respectful about it, and don't lecture me about Tamiya, please. And of course, you can join the channel, hit the bell notification, subscribe, whatever it's called, and then we get to see more of our videos. And there's super thanks, yeah. If for some reason you've got that odd shekel or two and you go, I don't know what I've got to do with this, what? Just throw it at me right now. Hit the super thanks, send the shekel to me, your worries will be over, and I will be able to afford to feed Bass the cat. Yep, everybody wins. It's good. And of course there's Patreon and there's YouTube members, where you get to see a lot more of the background activities, basically just me being sick. Yeah, you get to see that. It's good. All right, that's it. It's goodbye from Australia, and it's hooroo from Harry Houdini.